We're going to kick off our standard portion today with my favorite meme in the current standard format. So this is a Fires of Invention deck here, which says you can only play spells on your turn, you can only play 2 spells per turn, and you can cast spells with a garden mana cost less than or equal number of lands you control without paying their mana cost. So this deck got a couple of soft combos in it that revolve around God-Eternal Bontu. So Bontu lets you sack any number of things when it comes into play. This allows us to just kill people instantly with Mayhem Devil. If our opponent has less life than we have permanent, Mayhem Devil plus God-Eternal Bontu just domes our opponent for a bunch. God-Eternal Bontu Sacrifice also works well with Cavalier of Flames, because you can sacrifice all of your lands plus Cavalier of Flames to have Cavalier of Flames deal damage to your opponent equal to the number of lands you had in play. This also has Menace, which is a form of pseudo-evasion, so you can give this haste right away with Cavalier to deal extra damage right off the bat. We also have Cauldron Familiar, Witch's Oven at the bottom end here, Midnight Reaper, Stormfist Crusader. I just have some stuff to do before we get to this top end, so let's go ahead and dive on into some matches with this one and see how it goes. Hey, Mox Mulder. We need a Hoaglandia National Anthem. Thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. There were some people that worked on that in Discord at one point, if I recall correctly. The Fire Horse is rather swole. Pretty decent. Cats and ovens, let's do it. The Oko raps the national anthem. I don't know about that one. What is Fade to Karma, and why does it sound like the hottest house label of 2020? Fade to Karma is an esports organization. They essentially provide me with sponsorship opportunities and additional supplemental income via those sponsorship opportunities. They also do neat things like the YouTube roundup video there, which was great. Yeah, I was surprised that Modern was no changes here. Did I bump this deck due to it being one of my favorites? Nope. The people at home sent this one right to the top. The people want what the people want. I generally only really burn dealer's choice points when I have an upcoming event. Like without any competitive events coming up, I'm not really like super interested in anything in particular. Things in the queue are interesting enough. There's a lot of good things in the queue. I'm interested to see where standard submissions end up at overall though. Because, like, for instance, there's only 6 standard submissions in the queue, and while I'm sure we'll get at least a couple this week, that means the queue will theoretically be empty as far as standard is concerned at the end of the week. Beast of Burdens, 9 months is long enough for a Twitch baby. We can be proud Twitch parents. On a serious note, played Clover Knights at GP. OKC, I went 5-3, first GP, and 2 of my losses made it to top 8. Nice. 5-3. 5-3 is a very respectable record. Nothing to be too sad about for that. Alright, Midnight Reaper's going to draw us a bunch of cards and block pretty reasonably, so we'll go right ahead here. Yep. Yeah, attack us for 6 in the air. Well, post board, I get to bring in, Post board, I get to bring in, what's it called? Ritual of Soot. Game 1 might have a little bit of trouble here. I wonder if I'm supposed to give up this Midnight Reaper. It does block okay. I guess they're going to tap it at end of turn most likely. They're going to get to tap the Midnight Reaper here. Yeah, Mayhem Devil would end the game on the spot. Oh, I can play this too, huh? Good deal. Oh, come on. That's unfortunate. Am I exactly dead? I think I'm exactly dead here. No, I'm okay, right? Because this is 9. And then I gotta draw Mayhem Devil. Gotta bring this back now so I don't die to this. Alright, so I get to do this. And then I get to Bedevil this, paying nothing. Let's kill Giant Killer. Let's kill Tomek. And then I can play this. And then we Bontu. And then Bontu's going to eat this, and Stormfist Crusader here. Magic sucks and then you die. No devils in the top. Top 26 cards. It's unfortunate. So a little bit unlucky there. Opponent had a good start. We missing our 4F. Just how Magic goes sometimes. To bring in a bunch of Noxious Grasp. Gonna cut these Midnight Reapers. Cut these Stormfist Crusaders. I probably don't need a Bedevil actually. Seems good. Would I rather have this than this? I think I'd rather have this. You get to see more cards. That was honestly really impressive. Like, just the fact that, like, how far behind we were that game, and we're just like, well, if we draw our 4 of, and, like, we had, like, 9 shots to draw Mayhem Devil there and still win that game anyways. Hey, thanks for the 10 months, Clown Punch. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We're just saving up our cumulative variance for later, chat. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna do this and I'll attack with one of these. Let's see if they have a way to exile this Reaper. The Raven Sleeve was a it was one of the, what's it called, promos? It's one of the Secret Lair promos. I believe you can buy them on eBay. Oh, I guess if I don't block there, I could just attack this down. Yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah, that was dumb. I was thinking I wanted to draw a card, but I definitely could have just attacked that down, right? My opponent wasn't thinking about that, and I missed it as well. Hey, Blighton, thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. I'll never understand people who get upset by things like the Secret Lair product. The Secret Lair product is a huge win for Magic players. If you play Magic, you should want most of Magic's money to come from products like the Secret Lair. Is a really easy way for them to offset costs onto a way that's not normal booster packs, and they're completely optional. All right, how much am I sacrificing here? Oh. 2 lands and a cat. Yeah, probably. I think I like that. If we're fortunate, we'll draw an oven. Vomit. Yeah, the monetization you should be upset with is things like Brawl a Day. You should not be upset with monetization like Secret Lair. Secret Lair is what ideal monetization looks like. You should want optional cosmetics to fund the majority of. You should want optional cosmetics to fund the majority of Magic's money. I think I double block here so I can rip Ritual of Soot and kill them. I'm taking 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know. When people complain about things not helping the LGS, at the end of the day, like, Wizards isn't a charity that's here to support local game stores. As sad as it is to say, that business model is probably just not sustainable in 2019. At the very least, not sustainable in the same way that it was sustainable in previous years. I mean, you could buy 4 copies of the Secret Lair Strumented. So you can get playsets. It just costs you more dollars. I think it's pretty reasonable. The question is, do I want to play this on 1 or do I want to hope to draw? I think I'm gonna hope to draw a 4th land so I can play this post Mayhem Devil and get a trigger with it. Yeah, I think game stores like, for example, Card Kingdom, that have like Mox Boarding House, where like they have a restaurant attached to their store too, like things like that are like actually innovative ways to like keep their model alive by diversifying their income, is incredibly smart and well done. I think if they attack with both here, I'm going to block the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Because if they want to spend their whole turn pumping the Knight, I'm okay with that. Like, this card losing me life is kind of a liability against an aggro deck anyways. So, like, this exchange seems good for me. Like, I'm technically getting, like, I'm drawing a card off this anyway, so I'm not losing card advantage. That's a great draw, obviously. Oh, I didn't sack the Reaper. Yeah, because I'm dumb. The reason why I didn't make the good play is because I missed it, chat. Is the answer you're looking for. I didn't make the good play because I'm human and I missed it. So I should be up a food here. Game 1 Duress. Who hurt you, opponent? What was their name? I'll easily pay the same amount in coffee and lunch at a pre-release as I'll spend for the event if they have a cafe. Yep. No, I had wonderful members of Hoaglandia send me secret layer promos. I did not buy them. One of the perks of being an internet personality. Alright, so pretty sure I want to kill this now, so that way they don't have the ability to cleave me next turn. Actually, I could have just killed this Regisaur with the God-Eternal Bontu. Maybe I was supposed to do that. Maybe that was the line. My LGS in college was very well done and grew rapidly. And when they opened a cafe, I could buy tasty sandwiches during the tournament. Everyone else felt medium after. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, chat, I still can, but I have to lose, like, my entire board to do it, right? So, like, that's not great. Like, throwing all my lands away and, like, going all in on Mayhem Devil. Am I supposed to go all in? Maybe I'm supposed to go all in. I get to draw a bunch of cards? Nah, that's dumb. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play this other Cauldron Familiar out and hit them for 3 and pass back. Because if they cleave me next turn, I'm not dead. Oh, why did I attack? They have a 7/6. Well. Alright, I'm going to concede the match and try another one. Made like 6 mistakes there. We're just gonna do a do-over. Listen, sometimes you're having a day, okay? Mondays, case of the Mondays. We had such good sets with the Pioneer decks, too. Both the Pioneer decks just kicked ass this morning. It's like reading chat and talking at the same time. Just not good. Not a good scene. No, I've been sick for like the last 3 days. Ended up taking a nap and going to bed early yesterday. Just still not all here. It's been a rough last 2 months for personal stuff otherwise. Just not 100% there. Definitely want to lead on the swamp, so this way if we draw a cat, we can go tapped land, cast cat. Opponent kept to 1 lander. Alright, easy game. Opponent playing as well as we are today. Thanks for the free pointer. Yeah, they ramp or flash? I have no idea. I think I'm gonna click submit in the meantime. I wonder if we're supposed to board Fires out against the flash deck. I feel like that might not be an unreasonable play. Just like try and increase the amount of action density that we have in our deck. All right, just letting chat know I'm sick enough that we're gonna be in no mercy mode for the rest of the afternoon. So if you're gonna tell me I fucked up or you wanna tell me I should sideboard differently and you don't do it in a constructive and useful manner, you're gonna get a 10-minute break. I just don't have time to care. Confirmed flash deck. Thanks, Rin. I'm really glad they banned Field of the Dead in this format. I think it's really sweet and exciting that they banned Field of the Dead in this format, so decks like what this opponent is playing can exist. I think Magic is better when I never get to resolve a spell, right? Definitely the best. I don't know, Pioneer has blue-white control in it right now too, so like, there's counterspell decks in every format because they keep banning Field of the Dead. I think I'm just gonna trade here. Oh, I should play this land. We're gonna get Mystical Disputed. Didn't get Mystical Disputed. Fist bump. Well, you know, if they have another Night Pack Ambusher, I probably can't win anyways. Feels dead, man. I suppose they could be out of gas. This is the part of the game where, like, we're kinda in it up until the point where they draw. Up until the point where they draw Hydroid Crisis, we're, like, kind of in the game. It's gonna take 4 here, I think. Alright, let's try and get this game over with, huh? Morning, C-Lab. This Graces is for 6. Never fails. Never not last card Hydroid Graces. Ever in a million years. Never not last card Hydroid Graces. Oh. Always last card Hydroid Graces. I just like pull my whole curve down. Just like cut a land here too. Let's try this. The oven decks can get under like what the opponent's doing, so I think I'm gonna do this. Just pull my curve down and try and be more aggressive. Is it really abuse of power if they cannot complain? That's the Trump approach, right? It's not, you didn't commit any crimes if you don't let people testify who get subpoenaed that you committed the crimes. What crimes? There's no crimes. All right. It's not a crime if there's no witnesses. Yeah, exactly. See, you get it. So this is a good start here for us in the play. 1 drop, 2 drop, try and get under them and run them down. Do you think he's going to jail now? No, almost certainly not. What you need to understand about the United States is that jail is for people who don't have money. If you're rich and white in America, you generally don't go to jail. It's a really awful system. Jail is for poor people. I can drill bit through a quench here, huh? Is that the line? Thanks for the 17 months, Bloodbath. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I just don't let them use their mana, and I drill bit. I drill bit through the quench. They could have Brazen Borrower here. If they have Borrower, I'm a little bit upset with my line. Huh? That's unfortunate. Vomit. I guess they don't have a second green. So maybe they miss on that. We're okay here. Gillashak, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Huglandia. Hope you're having an excellent Monday wherever you're at in the world. Yeah, their curve's real good here. The fact that like I played around Quench and they had another 2-mana play was just so devastating. Ideally, they just wouldn't have been able to use their mana that turn. And the fact that, like, they still got to use their mana and we didn't use 2 of our mana was rough. Brick on green. Brick on green. Brick on green. Alright, we're done here. We're done here. Yeah, I agree, Boshek. And that's something we talked about previously too, right? Like, when before the blue-green deck was one of the better decks in the format, we frequently talked about how, even though it existed but wasn't optimized or very good, the fact that, like, the play patterns that it generates are just so miserable to play against. Even when the flash deck is bad, it's still very frustrating as an opposing player. Definitely one of the less enjoyable play patterns of Magic. I think decks like the flash decks are novel, but when they're omnipresent, the formats tend to get pretty rancid. The black-green adventures decks, Rexit. I think you're overstating how good that matchup is for the adventures deck. Especially the slightly bigger adventures deck, like the Henge Regisaur version that like Kavartek played at the Mythic Championship. That deck got pretty beat up. Citation needed on your second statement there, Gorks. Opponent missing on their third land's real good for us, believe it or not. Are they gonna miss again after we let them draw an extra card? Opponent is like peak unlucky. Feels good, man. You have a Fall Mine right too? Yep. Well, you're not alone in not caring about the MPL weekly event. They're canceling the MPL weekly tournament, I believe, going into 2020 from my understanding. We're drawing all their lands? Yeah, apparently. I don't know. Whenever people try and draw comparisons between Hillary and Trump, I just like to say that Hillary testified in front of the Senate for like literal days, and like Donald Trump is preventing members of his cabinet and of his administration from like answering lawful subpoenas. So like, again, when like you want to try and do the lazy both sidesism, you need to like take a step back and like look at the reality and the facts. It's like when people try to say like there was some conspiracy where like the Clintons are the ones that killed Jeffrey Epstein inside of prison. Like, yeah, I'm sure the people that couldn't get away with a blowjob in their administration like are capable of like killing someone in Supermax. Like I'm sure that's what happened. I'm sure they're the crafty criminals you're making them out to be. I mean, Bill Clinton was president of the United States. I'm sure he ordered lots of people killed at various points in his being in charge of the military. Commander-in-chief. She is a good follow. You're not wrong, Socio Penguin. Do I want to pay 5 life to draw a card? I feel like I really want to play 2 spells next turn. Do I want to pay 5 life to draw a card? I could potentially pay less life next turn to draw a card. All right. Fine, deck. I get it. I get it. Next time I'll draw the card, but it only costs me 5. Look at that. Look at that, chat. Sha. All right. Halfway there. Living on a prayer. The truth is out there, sheeple. Never forget. Someone asked me if I have an opinion on Andrew Yang. I'd like to prefix my statement with the transparency that Andrew Yang is one of the people that I've given money to for his presidential campaign. I think Andrew Yang has a lot of really good ideas, and I like that he's brought the concept of UBI to the presidential debate stage. I think as far as how he would go about implementing some of his policies in a perfect world, I think he's a little bit off base. Like, I think his resistance to a wealth tax is kind of nonsense. The idea that, like, you shouldn't do something because some people are going to try and game the system is that's just BS. Like, people are always going to game whatever system you have. And, like, that doesn't mean you don't make laws because people are going to game the laws. That being said, like, a lot of the policies that people have laid out, like, they're not going to be the ones to implement those policies themselves. So, like, I would be more than happy to vote for Yang if he was. Like, if Yang won the nomination, I wouldn't begrudgingly vote for him like I would for Biden or Buttigieg or the other non-progressives. That's actually a really good summary of my feelings on Yang. He's been really good at identifying problems, but his ways in which he'd approach to solve them are not ones that I would find ideal. But I am happy that he's making the waves that he's making. So I'm not going to attack with this cat next turn anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass back to myself because we could draw Mayhem Devil. I'm doing all right, Packers fan. I'm a little bit under the weather. We've had some good games of Magic. We're having a good time. We've laughed. We've cried. Maybe I'm supposed to just play another oven there, actually. Yeah, I agree, Percy. What does the war chest get used for when it comes to running for office? Advertising and staffing, mostly. How many lands are in our bin? A good number? Oh, can I kill them? That's a good question. 5. I could have killed them, right? Could I have killed them there? No, I can do 2 more, right? I'm 1 short. I can kill them next turn. They're dead next turn. If you mouse over the cav, it pops them up. It doesn't give you a number.
To the sounds of the wild.
I think I sack this so they don't gain life, right? Well, now they're very dead. Opponent stumbled long enough, they were able to capitalize here. Yeah, kitty. Kitty. Alright, so this is a Noxious Grasp, Ritual of Soot matchup for sure. I think this is not a Stormfist Crusader matchup. Probably Bedevil and a Midnight Reaper out. Is this an all Midnight Reaper out? Nah, the voice just kind of works itself out throughout the day, Jackson. Get warmed up a little bit. This is just sick. It's not sick plus morning. Let's do this. I don't want to overboard too much and like become a control deck because our deck doesn't have a lot of traditional card advantage engines in it. So becoming too controlling isn't necessarily an ideal thing. isn't amazing, but it's fine. They about to draw some cards. Oh, really? No Foulmire Knights, good for us. He's gonna grab a Swamp here. Get that auto pass value in. Not only did they no changes all formats Rook, but they announced that they were getting rid of scheduled ban list updates. So they will no longer, ban list updates will be sporadic as needed. I can only assume they made that change because being able to test for Magic tournaments is overrated. They did say the pacing would be the same. Sure, I believe that. I've been liking the Bant Flash deck. I've also tried Tideseeker's Mirror Breaker. Make Sacking the Oven costs one more. That card seems really low impact, especially because it just dies to... what's it called? It dies to the, Mayhem Devil. And, like, they can just, like, activate the oven on their turn. Yeah, I don't know. I would assume the only reason to move to not announcing it is so they can be more flexible with it and do it more often should they need it. So saying that, like, hey, we're changing, but it's not really changing seems silly to me. Yeah, it looks like it's our turn to stumble and die here. Maybe we'll play a reasonable game 3 where we both have magic cards to cast. B-Mick, thanks for the 20 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Basically, what that change says to me is they're giving themselves the flexibility to do emergency updates without the community being able to say, hey, that's an emergency update. Which is overall probably a fine change to make just because the PR surrounding an emergency change is bad. So, like, from a PR perspective, what they're doing makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, Epic Downfall exiles the wolf, which is pretty good. Yeah, Foulmire Knight and Friends, yep. Yeah, gives them more flexibility to fix mistakes for sure, which ultimately, again, I think is a good thing. Well, I mean, that line of thinking is still going to exist. It's still going to be, like, painfully apparent when, like, formats could use changes and we're not getting them. So I don't think that line of thinking is going to really change at all. I mean, it's the same thing for spectating too, right? Like people don't really want to play in or watch what they know, what I would refer to as lame duck formats. They're formats where you know change is coming because things are bad, basically. That's good feedback, Ash World. Yep. I'm gonna take a 4-ball here. Okay, Noxious Grasp isn't a terrible pickup. I get to play this, grasp this. Next turn we'll probably have Bontu eat the cat. Along with a couple of lands. Because we don't have to play around like Veil of Summer anymore, we can just go ahead and grasp this and enter combat, so that way if they have a second questing beast, we don't take a hit from it. Thanks, Rook. Sick. Alright. Let's eat some cats, chat. I think I'm just eating both my swamps here. Okay. 5-6, nothing, there's nothing to scoff at either. Are they drawing that? They scry. I wish there was a game log. I think they scried top. My sequencing here is technically not ideal. Should have played Reaper first. I should also attack before I cast any of my spells here, most likely. They're all the way down to 8 here. Okay. What are they going to try and kill this oven? If they kill the oven, do I bake the Bontu? You find the requisite amount of clicking per turn turns you off of index. Nah, not even a little. Listen, I've comboed on... Huh? I've like played JAC combo on Magic Online. Do I bake the Gator? I get to draw a bunch of cards, right? Like I just get to redraw the Gator. I don't know. They're at 8. I think I'm just gonna let this happen. What if I block bake the Midnight Reaper? I like block bake the Midnight Reaper, actually, just keep my health total high. Sick. To be fair, most of the time when there's a mod who was heavy-handed, it wasn't the mod, it was me. I don't think I've ever had someone message me upset that they were timed out by a mod, unironically, and ever had it been a mod and not me. Thinking about it. Oh, that's really good. Okay, so... Wait, are they dead? Are they... I think they're dead, right? I believe... Yeah, they're dead. They're dead even before they lose life from the... I don't know if this deck is very good, but it's a total hoot. It's a total hoot. And like, they were gonna lose 4 from these Murderous Riders too. This deck kills out of nowhere better than just like any other deck I played in Standard in a really long time. How are we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for hanging out here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of Standard and Historic here on Magic Arena. We also play a bunch of Pioneer on Magic Online. As always, love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here doing that without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect my paper trading cards, using code HOGLANDIA at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Thank you for the 35 months of support, Bardic. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. And of course, the Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their modern, Pioneer, or Legacy tournaments, sure check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG series.
Don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Look at that. Perfect timing. Hashtag never didn't have it. I think I actually lead on Oven here, because if they kill my cat, I don't have another creature to get it back with. Hey, chat, is that a good draw? You ever run through the shills and realize you did an old shill that wasn't valid anymore? I do not, because I have the list of them. You have your sword back, Gorks, you're good. So we get to block and sack this, and then next turn we can kill both of these. So again, gonna wait to bring this back until I can put the Devil into play. That's a good draw. Huh? So with that draw, do I just kill Regisaur here? Yeah, I think with that draw, I just kill Regisaur this turn. Have I ever had to permanently ban / demod a mod? Yeah, once or twice. When all the stuff came out public surrounding Todd Stevens being a scum-awful human being. We had a few people who had previously been regulars that we had to that we ended up removing. Which, if you're not familiar why I am saying Todd Stevens is a scum human being, I'd encourage you to Google him. Definitely people who are new to the Magic community that weren't around when that happened. A quick Google search will tell you a lot. Are there any podcasts or talk shows that you recommend? There aren't any podcasts that I listen to on a regular basis. I guess Philip DeFranco's YouTube probably constitutes something similar. He does a news style broadcast every month or every week, almost like 4 or 5 days a week. I listen to him pretty regularly. Spent 2 months locking down work computers on medical cards. Found out today that people could use Control-N on the keyboard to undo all my work. Sometimes you focus on the big picture, you forget the little things. Rough. Stormfist does have menace, for people that are wondering why I'm jump blocking the 1 power dork. And then I get to go ahead and sack this, deal 1 here, and then sack the food and finish this. So feeling like we're in a pretty good spot here. Well, well, if we aren't about to just end an entire career, if we aren't just about to end their entire career, it made me feel things too. If my desk didn't already have motors in the legs, it probably would have risen up a little bit there. Alright, so I think Stormfist Crusader gets cut against another aggro deck. Ritual of Soot's good. Bedevil's good. Redcap Melee against red aggro, probably trim. 3 Midnight Reapers. Call it a day. Who doesn't love a little bit of mayhem, chat? Who doesn't love a little bit of mayhem? A little bit of mayhem in the morning. Keeping the channel out of recommended for children. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Could write an article on this one. Nah, if I have time to write anything, it's not going to be about anything standard related at this point. Standard content right before a new set releases isn't great. The best place to read about policies, Captain Markov, is just right from the people that are making them. There's also government resources that can show you, like, which people, like, whenever there's a bill that happens that gets voted on, you can go look and see who's voting for what. Because generally speaking, looking at how people are voting tells you more than what they're saying too. Well, if we draw a 3rd land, we're gonna get a concession next turn, I'd assume. Yes, and you can see ones that don't vote too. Some people just vote present or not present. Yeah, not much they could do there. They abstain. Yep. It's not common for people to abstain if they feel like they would vote on an issue in a way that would portray them in a bad way. They just sit it out. Have a good one, Pino. Yes, that is very important. That is, even though Trump is very likely to be acquitted in the Senate, there is value to making all of the Republicans go on record defending this corrupt, awful human being, because there will be a world after Trump, and there will be a world after Trump where people who defended him are going to try and weasel their way out of it and act like they didn't. So having it on record will torpedo careers in the future. They won't be able to say, no, I didn't actually like him. Whoa, these are sick. These are phenomenal. I haven't seen these before. More of this, less Brawladays. More of this, less Brawladays. Wizards, are you listening? Alright, so Oven, just start gaining life. Just like Oven plus Stormfist here. They're a pleb sleeve. Listen, they can be sweet and not cost money, okay? They do only cost gold. They do let just any kind of peasant have them. Alright, so first one to a Mayhem Devil wins. Think that's the roles we're playing by. So, something that I've learned that I wasn't fully aware of is there really isn't any regulation. I missed an attack. You're right, I missed an attack. There really isn't any regulation, apparently, on who's allowed to run as a Democrat and who's not. Because the person that someone just asked about that switching from Democrat to Republican on the ticket, they were a Democrat who was against impeachment, against same-sex marriage, against gun control, and against raising the minimum wage. They were never actually a Democrat. That person, the fact that they were allowed to be listed on a ticket as a Democrat is just one of the many huge failings of the two-party system we have in the United States. All right, so what am I doing here? I'm probably just dead to this core vault next turn, because we didn't hit a Mayhem Devil. What were his supposed to... I have no idea. His position on the ballot. Yeah. Yeah, that was the Democrat position. Yep. I actually tweeted something about him over the weekend just to say that bit on Twitch too. Your primaries are really important for making sure people like that don't get the Democratic seat in the generals. Make sure you are registered to vote in your primaries. They matter. Welcome back into the fold, Caboose Man. Definitely want Redcap and Bedevil here. I think I'm trimming Stormfist Crusader. They're definitely... Do my cards in the deck editor have the lightning bolt effect on them? That's a weird bug. That's such a weird bug. Why do my cards in the deck editor have the effect of my previous opponent's sleeves? That's strange. Correct, yes. You should, if you're registered, you should double check too if you want to vote in the Democratic primary to see if your state requires you to declare in advance. Some do. Advertising by these sleeves, trying to sway you. Like, don't you want this all the time, Jeff? It's quite beautiful. Bernie has a real shot. And the fact that some of the polls are implying that Bernie has a real shot means he's even better off than that. Because a lot of the media has some bias against him. If he got the fair shake he deserves based on where he's polling, he'd be even higher most likely. I'm in Illinois. We're a Super Tuesday state. My name's Jeff Hoagland. This is where the magic happens. This is where the magic happens. Ninja Mouse, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Have you tried drawing spells? That's a strong line. I'm gonna try it next turn. We've got huge tracts of land. I mean, this lets me kill their human token, right? We've got that. Bennis, FSU, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Hope you're having an excellent Monday wherever you're at in the world. Are we paying 5 life to draw a card? Yeah, probably. Alright, so before they declare attackers, let's go ahead and kill their human token. Why would we pay 5 life to draw land? Asking the real questions. Maybe I'm supposed to chump here. Just because I plan to draw a card. Dang it, Punchworthy. This is your fault. This is your fault. Long-time lurker, but take my Twitch Prime for always consistent commentary on our dear orange leader. oh dear orange leader. That's what they call, yeah, these are the pain lands, right? Gosh, I can't even fathom how the auto tapper is gonna manage the pain lands. Beast can block Psychonaut, so Beast is really good because it only needs the 1/1 to attack. Alright, let's play 1 or 2 more with this one, depending how long they go, and then we'll swap to Grixis Fires. Any commentary on the Time Person of the Year? I think Greta's a good pick. From the position of picking someone who's like made waves and is notable in the year, she's a good pick. What she's doing is important. If all children and everyone who had children pressured their boomer and older parents and told them that if you care about your children and grandchildren, stop voting for people that are denying climate change exists, we'd have more change in the world. Midnight Reaper, not super great against an opposing black-red deck. Wonder if we're playing a mirror. We could be playing a mirror. So we're dead. Yeah, that's exactly. Yep. You're not wrong, Kuntz. I feel you completely. Actions speak louder than words. When people tell me they love my children and want to take care of them, and then consistently vote against their best interests, vote against addressing climate change, vote against my children's accessibility to reasonable healthcare, like, those actions speak way louder than whatever words want to fall out of their mouths. I guess we have ways to kill Mayhem Devils. We can eat the cats down the line if we draw some lands. For people wondering why I'm occasionally disappearing, I'm currently under the weather and I'm muting and hiding my webcam when I need to blow my nose. So apologies if that's something you'd like to see, but it's not something we're going to show here. You just gotta try and disconnect a little bit, Top 10 Hammer. Just gotta realize the things you can't change and do the things you can. Well, you know, as far as non-land draws go, at least that one's castable, I suppose. If they have a Mayhem Devil, I have Redcap Melee for it. Kind of surprised they took Ritual of Soot. I wonder what their hand looks like. Wonder if they just have multiple Mayhem Devils. So we kind of just like to draw lands for the next 3 turns. Well, you know. Maybe these cats are going the distance. They're going full speed. They're all alone in this time of need. Yep. We drew all our lands last game. Yeah, basically. Sick. Sick. Slow and steady, chat. We're coming for him. 3rd land hit, so like Mayhem Devil's a good draw now. Okay, what do they have for 4? Yeah, I'll sack that one. I don't think this card's very good. Do I, like, have another one? Alright, I guess you got me. I think you've got rid of my cats for now, I suppose. Until I draw a creature. I did in fact want another 5-drop. I did ask for more creatures. Oh. Pico Glandia is needing lands and drawing more uncastable 5-drops. Yeah, we have what's considered like really good health insurance by United States standards, and like an ER trip cost me a minimum of $200. It cost me $200 for an ER trip, assuming it cost me $200 assuming that we don't take an ambulance to get there. It costs more if you take an ambulance. I'm gonna not bring the cat back on their turn, so I don't want them to kill it while I don't have the oven up, I don't think. Yeah, of course you have to pay for an ambulance ride. You think that's free? Free ambulance rides, that sounds like socialism. Dirty, filthy socialists. That's the level of stupid you're dealing with when you try and interact with conservatives. Get that crap out of here. This is America. Can you get a first-class ambulance as well? We are in fact having a literal cat fight. Woohoo! Just found the card that wins the cat fight, chat. Are they just dead? They could kill my Mayhem Devil in response, so I'm not blinking. Both the Pioneer decks we played this morning were excellent, if you're into that format. This is the first standard deck we played today. Wait. Friendo. They did an oopsie. Because I didn't want them to have my Mayhem Devil, Luzzy. Alright, sometimes you pull a sneaky on them. Sometimes you brick on land for forever, and then you pull a sneaky on them. Look at that. Hashtag sometimes lucky. They were dead with the steel on the stack. I don't think so. No, because they had an oven activation, so they could have sacked one of their cats to the oven and then eaten the food to gain 3. I guess they technically only gained 1, but they still could have gained 1. I didn't count it. I believe that they were dead there. If you told me you counted and they were dead there, I believe you. I genuinely didn't count. I'm gonna keep this, just like, hitting 4 lands in 4 turns sounds great. Having a way to kill a Mayhem Devil sounds great. Second, never not second Bontu. Vomit. Tilt. Well, all the reasons I kept this hand are now gone. Looking for a Ritual of Soot. Our next 2 draws. Bontu's called Trader Gator for a reason. Yeah! Yeah! Duress this! Ugh! Get out of here. Look at that. Look at that sick card advantage. Alright, if we draw a untapped red source next turn, we can Cavalier cycle through some of these extras. Ritual of Soot, also an excellent draw at this point. You got me. You got me. Yeah, I need a third red, Kyle. This takes triple red, so I have red, I need to draw an untapped red. Huh? Okay, just do this. We're going down to 12 here. And they've got us on a 3-turn clock. Castle for 4+ damage. They're going to start activating their castle here, so even though they're out of gas, they're going to fill back up pretty quickly. Yep. 1 ritual, please. There isn't a hard and fast rule, Android. That's just not how magic works. The answer is, it depends. As with all things, context is key. Oh, they fetched wrong. That's a pretty big mistake. Actually, didn't even notice that. Yeah. All right. Maybe I should have just sacked a land and used this to kill a priest last turn. Very possible. We're gonna decline putting Gator back into our deck here since I've got another one in my hand. That's real good. Yeah, it sounds like all the racist idiots who say they hate Obamacare, but they love the Affordable Care Act. They just refuse to say they like something that has Obama's name on it. Are we dead? I think that kills us, right? Because this is gonna go to a 3-3 and we're going to 3. I can hit an oven here, I suppose. Yeah, if I draw an oven off of Bontu, we're technically not dead yet. That's not even true, right? Because they just, like, draw another creature. I guess if they don't draw another creature, we could be okay. So they need to have, like, land here. But if they had land, they would have played it. That was a close game. It's very, I think the mistake I made in that game was when I had the Redcap Melee post Bontu. I should have sacked a land to Redcap Melee one of their creatures to keep them from priesting my Bontu right away. I think that would have made a difference. It would have slowed them down at a really critical moment and denied them extra cards. That turn really pulled them out ahead. I don't know. I don't really have any changes to make to this deck. I think it's sweet. This is my favorite kind of meme in the format. It has lots of random kill you moments with the combos with God-Eternal Bontu and Cavalier, and God-Eternal Bontu and Mayhem Devil. The next deck that we're going to be playing today actually is kind of a variation of this same deck with a little bit less memey, maybe a little bit more competitive. We're adding a blue splash so we can Cavalier and Sphinx still. So I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll while I get set up for this next one. We'll be back with some Grixis players here in just a few. Thanks for hanging out today, folks.